Guess who? It's the One Man Show.
You are now tuned in to the One Man Show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. One Man Show. You are watching the One Man Show.
You can shut up and all. And you. What we're going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about I've had the clouds of doom over my head for about a week. It happens every now and again. It could be I don't know what triggers it. I don't. If I did, I wouldn't let it really trigger me. But here we go again. Camera's out, car comes. It's been out for 10 minutes. But it's all about what are we going to discuss today on the One Man Show. And it's all about how we react to something that's going on. How much is lost in translation. And so much is lost in translation. There's a couple of people who, well, women really. One who was my very first girlfriend 44 years ago. Oh my God. And we talk about things, not verbally, textually. We talk about things. And she asks questions, she gets excited, she remembers what it was like, and so do I. Exciting times. And what we got up to in her dad's toilet area, outside toilet, I'm not going to tell you. But things are lost in translation. She's writing and saying, oh, do you remember? And I'm going, oh man, will you shut up? Because she's writing when she's smiling, and I'm reading while I'm frowning. That is also one of the challenges with social media or the texting. Send me a text. What's wrong with that fucking phone call? I'll text you. Why? We've all got into the habit that we don't want to speak to somebody. And the challenge with not speaking to somebody is you don't know how they're really feeling. You ring somebody, you'll know instantly how they're feeling. What's the matter? Nothing? Yes, there is. Because you can tell in the voice. Or that cold call that you've got. Hi, how are you? What's it to you how I am? It's false. Have a nice day, been lovely talking to you. You don't give a fucking shit what my day is going to be like. So we'd rather send an email than speak to somebody. Yet it's taken longer to write the bloody email than it has to make the phone call. Now people are saying, oh, but we might invade the space by ringing them. I'll text them first to see whether I can ring them. What? We never had that when we had the round dial phones, where you got to a point of saying, oh, I wonder if I should ring them. They might be doing something. Ah, they bloody might. But that's the trouble, where we can read something that isn't really there, and it puts us in a mood. Everybody's busy, everybody's hustling, everybody's instant, they want it now. And we all get upset because of it. I have these dark periods, and it's kind of a 3-monthly cycle. I've had them for years. They used to be really bad, especially when I was drinking, and they've eased off over the years. But I still feel I don't want to speak to anybody. Leave me alone. The world's a bastard. And so on and so forth. You'll get an email, you'll read it, and I will guarantee you will read it in a different mood than the person was when they wrote it. And your mood will always be on the negative. It will never be, oh, that's a nice email. However, if you get a letter, you'll always read it in the positive. It'll be, ooh, a letter. You cheer up. Ooh, a card. You cheer up. Email comes, who the fucking hell's emailing me? Society is changing dramatically over a different range of things. And I've got into a situation where I can do what I want when I want, as long as I want with who I want. And there's nobody to stop me. I have nobody to think about. Yes, I have my son. He's 20. He's a big boy now. But I'll tell you what, when I see him and he gives me a hug, he still hugs me as tight as he did when he was in junior school. And that feels fantastic. But with being able to do what I want to do, that sends conflict in my mind. Remember the monkey with the flinging the shit? Woohoo! Well, he runs round my head as well. Let's have fun. Let's do this. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do this instead. Ah, fuck, I don't want to do that either. And my moods, when I'm in a mood, can change by the bloody minute. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do something else. And it drives me mad. There'll be people there that, such as yourself, you may get into a situation where you want to do something, but you have others to consider. And that annoys you. If I was living on my own, I could do this. I'm jealous of people who have a wonderful family, or appear to have a wonderful family, who go to bed with somebody who loves them, that cuddles, cares for them. God damn, I'm jealous of that. But do you want to know something? The amount of people who contact me and suggest that they're jealous of me. You've got a wonderful life. Look where you live. You get on your motorbike, you go and make films. You're smiling all day long. People are jealous of everybody. You've got people you're jealous of. I've got people I'm jealous of. Because we believe other people are living a better life. 95% of the time, they've got a worse life. But you don't see that. You see the falseness of people. And that's why I was talking before about you'll pick up, if you speak to somebody, actually speak to somebody of how they feel. I can ring somebody right now. I'm not going to say who it is. I can ring somebody right now and I will know instantly how they're feeling. They're very expressive with how they're feeling or not feeling, which you would never pick up in a text. You would never pick up in an email. And that's where society is losing its edge. I'm very lucky, I know I am, to do what I do. But I have nobody to share it with. To some, that's a blessing. To me, I think it's a curse. And so, I do things to get people's attention. through my films, I'm looking for that adoration, that compliment. Oh, that was mint. So in my head I'm going, I'll do it on the bike. Oh, people will like the bike. Oh, that'll make people jealous. Oh, that's not really working anymore. I'll get a car, I'll do it in the car. Ah, God. I'll drive a truck. Ah, no. Right, where can I go to make people jealous? Ah, right, I'll go to India. I'll go to Tenerife. I'll go to the north east coast of Australia and get bitten by spiders and snakes. It's nuts. It drives me nuts. We can't all be gazillionaires. Most of us live on the edge. Most families live on credit cards because they exceed their expectations. My brother said to me many years ago, you don't need much to be happy. He said he had a house and he said, this is excessive, this house. I don't need this size of house. He now has a house that I think is brilliant. Oh my God, I love it. And it's a little terraced house. But the character and the feeling, and you can see how happy he is within it. We don't need to have the expensive cars to show off to the neighbours. I've already mentioned, nobody gives a shit. Do what you want to do to make you happy. And if that is doing what you're doing, if that is flipping burgers, if that is driving a truck, if that is flying an airplane to a destination, if that is scuba diving, whatever it is, do more of it, because that's all you've got. You've only got your own happiness. If you're happy, the people around you are happy. They will relish in your happiness. The job that you're in, the job that you hate, the job that you wish you could change, why don't you do it to the best of your ability? Why don't you go to work smiling and be happy? Why do you have to moan? Because that brings other people down. Be happy, be joyful, be grateful you've got a job. Be grateful you've got a roof over your head. Be grateful you can put food on the table. Be grateful that you're living in a country that far exceeds just about every other country on the planet. Because the NHS looks after us. The doctors take care of us. It rains so it's green. Water comes through a tap. Electricity flows into our house. We don't even have to think about it, yet we moan about it. Because we'd rather be negative than positive. I absolutely love my bike work, but I moan because I'm not making the money that I want to make, yet I'm making more than 75% of the population. And riding a bike doing it, being sponsored by a fabulous company and a fabulous man at helm, with gear, with support, with advice. I'm living in luxury, man. My car's cheap as chips. I don't care. Gets me from A to B. In fact, I look at it and smile. Because I went past a car recently and I thought, that car is depreciating per month, more than my car cost. And that made me chuckle. Life is a wonderful thing. Life gives you opportunities, if only you could grasp them. Life is a great adventure. And all adventures have their dangerous times. All adventures climb to the top of a mountain with a view to take your breath away. All adventures with a sunset that makes you cry. All adventures have danger where you think you're going to die. Life is a great adventure. Part 2. Time to stop the bullshit. Yep, you heard it. Stop the bullshit. You read things and you see things, and there's stuff online that says, think positive. You've got to think positive all the time. What a crock of shit. What a load of bullshit. I can sit in my house and think positive that there's going to be no weeds in my garden this year. But unless I go out and pick the weeds out or give them some let's kill the weed juice, they'll take over my garden. I watched a film recently, Jumanji, the new Jumanji, and people were slating it because it wasn't Robin Williams. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was on. And I bet he was into the house thinking positively about, I'll make my muscles grow. If I'm positive, I'll maybe make a film. Bullshit. He was in the gym for hours every day, pumping iron, eating loads, feeling great. And people wanted to be around him. He's actually quite a funny guy. And I found the film brilliant. I watched Baywatch, the new one. It wasn't for Alexandra Daddario. No, it wasn't. She's not gorgeous. I don't know how anybody on the planet could be as bloody gorgeous. But they're in the gym, they're getting fit, they're looking beautiful. Some people are lucky to be born beautiful. I mean, look at you. And there was Dwayne Johnson again being brilliant and funny. He's quite a funny guy. But he made a quip on the TV Friday night just gone saying he can only produce girls, he can't produce boys. Now I don't know, maybe he wants a boy, a son, but he can't. I didn't see him on the couch crying into his pillow. It's not all about being positive. It isn't. I can be positive that I am the greatest motorbike riding film producer the world has ever seen. But unless I go out and do it, it's bullshit. You could be the greatest doctor in the world, but if you think positively and that's all you do, and you don't read books and you don't train, nothing's going to happen. You've got to get out there and make it happen. You've got to ride that bike. You've got to read that book. You've got to make that film. You've got to walk that hill to see the view. But unless you know what you want to achieve, then you're not going to do it. And so it's time to stop the bullshit that you tell yourself, that your job's shit. That's bullshit. It gives you money, it gives you a life. The house that you live in, shit. That's bullshit. It's got a roof, you've got a bed, you've got running water and electricity. There are millions in this world that would swap places with you. Me car's awful, I don't like me car. That's bullshit. You've got to stop the bullshit. The bullshit talk to yourself. doesn't do you any good. And it doesn't do the people around you any good. And I am a big offender. I bullshit myself that the films aren't any good. I bullshit myself that my books aren't any good. That's why I get great reports. People texting me or messaging me. They've taken time out of their life to message me that they like what I do. They like my films, they like my books. They think I'm nuts. You've got no idea how nuts I really am. So stop the bullshit. Remember, life is a great adventure. If only you'd stop the bullshit.
One Man Show.
Bye-bye for now.
You are watching the One Man Show. Ooh, One Man Show.